Welcome to Q1 of the Grand Prix of Road Atlanta. Excuse me there. This is the first qualifying session of the season, and the first car out on the entire season is Jesse Turner. This weekend there was no practice due to rainfall, but now we have the entire field rocking out of the pits for Q1. Positions 20 through 28 will be locked in this session. So the key word is you have to be in the top 19 to move on to the next section of qualifying. So top 19 move on. It's not 20 like people might think. It is 19, so 20th gets eliminated at the end of this session. So Jesse Turner is the first car out of the pits in his Nismo Sport Factory Nissan. This car, these first two cars, Pericles and Turner, are both contenders for the pole, we think. So, gotta be very, very careful about that. Also in the bottom left, if you notice here in this chat section here, that is our brand new highlight monitor. So we get to see what goes on during a session when we go down here. So it'll say if a car is broken down, etc. Across the board, here comes a couple other cars out. There's Eric Monaco in the factory Toyota Supra for Toyota Racing Developments. In front of him, you have Dale Cole Jr. for Project X coming out of the pits in car 88 as well. Back here, you got Jordan Presto driving for the Faulkner-Kelly team in another Nismo on a hot lap, kind of being held up by some of these cars here. So expect Presto to not be very happy there. He is going for Rookie of the Year this season. Raymond Fisher there on another Project X car. Sean Art in the Action Terra. There is the ARC America team of Nathan Ormond. Madeline Maya in the other Faulkner-Kelly car. Mitch Hobbs in a factory Toyota outfit. There is the Tim Taylor Racing car. A Disney Plus car of Zachary Fitzwater in the 32. Ryan Griffin, welcome back Ryan Griffin to the ARCSOA Elite Series in the Ford Performance team. Ryan Griffin, of course, was off doing some other forms of racing and now is back in the ARCSOA Elite Series with 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go in Q1. As we go up the order, here comes Jordan Presto up the inside of Dale Cole Jr. there, trying to get by him. Presto is on a hot lap, and that didn't go well for him right there. Pericles actually outperforms by a couple of tenths Turner there. Pericles does look very strong. Pericles has always done pretty well in Road Atlanta. Also, Zayden Davidson with a really quick lap there, too. Presto did lose 2 seconds with lapped traffic there. There's Jack Halleck, Raymond Fisher, Sean Art as well there, Nathan Ormond, Matty Myatt, Mitch Hobbs, massively held up there. Zachary Fitzwater actually goes faster than Hobbs. Kind of surprising to see a Tim Taylor racing car in front of a factory Toyota there, but I digress there. There is Kenny Myatt in the 47. We're expecting Myatt to be one of the fastest cars on the grid there. We are expecting also by midpoint of the season, possibly this to move over to the 9 car, and that Halleck will move into this car. So the 37, his teammate of Jack Halleck, will take over the 47, and Myatt will go to the 9, but that hasn't happened just yet. Myatt is down in 9th, so Myatt must have got really held up on his lap there. Oh, crash on track. This is Silver Spoon and Fordale Jr., both drivers in preseason testing, did not shroud themselves in glory there, and that is Zolt Dormitory flying off the road there in the Minervini, and that is Dormitory. That's going to hurt him for practice there. They're going to tow that car back there. Hopefully he can get a lap in this 10-minute session. They're going to quickly try and get him back. I don't think he will get a lap done, though. Pericles is still the fastest car on track now. Turner's dropped to 3rd. Somebody else is taking over 2nd position. That would be Jack Halleck in 2nd position right now. Halleck doing a great job in the Vision Sports Honda car right there. We're going to go back and take a look to see what happened between Nathan Ormond, or it wasn't Nathan Ormond, I'm sorry, Austin Silverspoon, and who was the other driver? Do It for Dale Jr. in a Toyota. That's kind of surprising to see Do It for Dale Jr. in a Toyota, but the Action Terra team got it. It looked like, actually, Fordale tried to move that didn't really work there, and Silver Spoon had really nowhere to run. And, well, oh no, what's Fordale doing there? Backs right in front of traffic, and that's where Dormitory gets caught out there. But I don't really know if Fordale could have done anything else there, to be honest with you. Anyway, back to live coverage now. There's Lance Calvin in the 28 car with Bobby Jones, his teammate, behind. These Subarus are fast in the Bradley Automotive team. I believe they're an Australian-based team, but we don't have a lot of info about them. And now Lance Calvin and Bobby Jones are trying to get their way up the order as quickly as possible. These cars are quick. Watch out. They're probably the fastest of the new teams. There's the Medina Moro cars team. That team's been a bit of a hot mess this season as Benoit Lothaire Irvine and Samet Ozkin are their drivers. This is run by the Sparker family. This team is, and it is a family that got their name. They're known in auto racing and kind of like short track racing across Ohio. However, they got an ARCSOA Elite Series team entry spot, and then the family started feuding because of a pretty nasty child custody case and a divorce. And now one operation is held by one part of the family in Morrow County, and the other one is part of Medina County. So the original Sparker Racing team has been renamed Medina Moro Racing, and now the two sides of the operation, the 22 car and the 40 car, don't really talk to each other that much. So not a great situation for either of them. Kenny Myatt now has gone to the second position on the board. We knew Myatt's going to be quick around here as he is just trying to get into the dormitory. He's actually back out on track, so that's impressive for him. But is trying to get back in shape again here. He's, of course, won at this track 6 times. 6 Grand Prix of Road Atlanta victories there. Never won an American 700 or a Brickyard 400/Indianapolis 250, though. Meanwhile, Nick Pericles, I believe, is still provisional pole. No, he is not, actually. Let's take a look at who is provisional pole right now. That is Christian Vanderpesch, another... Well, we expected the Nismos to be quick. And the Nismos, once again, are proving to be as such. Also, we have a incident out there. It's fuel system problem for car number 8. That is the Project X Racing Team car of Raymond Fisher here. He is right now in the relegation zone, late into a session, and has a fuel system problem. So tough break for Fisher there, and that's a really bad spot to be parked, but he will get it off the track there. So... as we go back here, Christian Vanderpesch is on the provisional pole, but we're looking at 20 on down. So Ozkin, Bolton. So we're going to take a look at Ozkin right now in the 22 car. Ozkin, will he improve his time? That would be a negative on that. Ozkin does not improve his time. Cole also is a driver down in the relegation zone. A new team here, the Cincinnati 88 car, Dale Cole Jr. Kind of came up the same routes as Do It for Dale Jr. Right there as well. Dormitory. Dormitory's got a Honda. Menervini's got Honda. Oh, that's, I'm sorry, that's Mashahashi there, his teammate. Mashahashi there. Dormitory. The Menervini car should be quicker because they are now Honda's basically B team now. Both Dormitory and them are down there. Raymond Fisher, of course, we already talked about having issues. Orman, Fordale, and Silver Spoon are in there. Fordale, I'm surprised, is that low. Those Supras are fast. So we're going to keep our eye on him. Excuse me there. He might get one more lap here, but he is on fresh tires as well. He only set a banker lap that was kind of held up in traffic there. I don't know if this is his out lap or his hot lap here. We're going to take a look. And he will get time for another lap, as he has 16 seconds left in this session here. He did a 1:17.2. That's still not going to be enough to get him on the order there. There's Bouchard there, one of the faster Silver Speed cars on the grid there. We're going to look up the order here. Coming to the line. Who is struggling here? Here comes Mashihashi here. Sakamoto Yamahashi. Mashihashi there does not improve his time at the end of this session, so not what he wanted there. Davidson's coming in. Presto is out on track right now, coming into the pits. Monaco is staying out, but Monaco should be in already by a mile. Halleck's going to be in. Here comes Cole. Cole is an outside looking in. Hobbs has bumped down a bunch of people there. Will it be enough, though? Also, problems for... Oh, cars pitting there. Here's Ormond and Griffin here. Ormond goes no quicker. He's going to be starting 27th, I believe. Unless if Silver Spoon goes a lot quicker here. Here comes Dormitory across the line. Is Dormitory going to improve? That would be a negative on that as well. Oh, we do have an improvement, though. Looks like Fordale bumped his way in, or Fordale bumped his way up to 20th, but it's not enough to bump out Fitzwater there. And it looks like Zachary Fitzwater's just going to make it. As the session now has completed, this lap will not count from Bobby Jones there. And Bobby Jones comes across the line there, not going to improve his lap. But the cars not going any further are going to be as follows. So, cars going no further will be Do It for Dale Jr., Samit Oskin, Jeff Bolton, Dale Cole Jr., Zolt Dormitory, Raymond Fisher, Sakamoto Mashihashi, Nathan Ormond, and Austin Silverspoon at the back of the grid there. Silverspoon only did a 1 minute 21 second time compared to almost 8 seconds off the pace of Christian Vanderpesch's pole sitting time. Or, well, so far, provisional pole sitting time. So with those drivers falling out, let's go to the next 19. And we are back for the next 19 cars for the top 19 from Q1 have moved on to Q2. So here we go. We're going to see how this 10-minute session plays out here. Of course, the last session's a 5-minute dash, so that should be very interesting to see. We've seen all the Nissans go on. The cars that got eliminated, ironically, we got one of the Action Terras. Now, keep in mind, the other Action Terra, the 19 car of Sean Ard, was all the way up in 11th. So it just shows that Do It for Dale Jr. Kind of struggled on this Road Atlanta track this year, even though he is quite popular in this region of the country. Turner, once again, is the first car out of the pits. Turner is, of course, a driver. Came out first last time around. He was 4th in Section 1. Vince Freeze was in P12 in Section 1, too. We expected Freeze and Lamas, who are the two D and C drivers for Dominion and Caraway, to be very strong because, granted, they don't have the strongest car on the grid, but these two drivers were fighting for the championship last year, and they're both on the same team now. Of course, there's Cody Lamas in pit road there as well, as we've got some cars just taking it easy coming out of the pits there. So Turner and Freeze are the first two cars out. Bobby Jones, a very impressive showing by the Bradley team, getting Lance Calvin up in P6 in Section 1 of qualifying, and Bobby Jones in P9. That Subaru this is basically the Subaru factory team, though. We are expecting them to be fighting with Project X, and right now the Subarus are looking very, very strong today. Or at least here at the Road Atlanta track. At the ovals, we're not exactly too sure. Going through the order now, we got Fitzwater, Ard, Halleck out on track now. There goes Madeline Myatt out of the pits. Jordan Presto coming out there. Jesse Turner coming out. Eric Monaco, etc. Cody Lamas is also out there. Mitch Hobbs and Kenny Myatt as well. So we've already got Vince Freeze and Jesse Turner on their hot laps right now. So this will be interesting to see how this turns out for them as we go around this circuit here. We're going to keep it up on this right now just to see what the practice time, or what the qualifying times are going to be. Please bypass practice up there. It is qualifying, of course, here, as Matty Myatt is kind of holding up Vince Freeze there. Remember, there's not a lot of time in qualifying, to be honest with you, so you got to get your times very, very quickly here just to make sure that you get out there and get a time. A little bit of battling there between Nick Pericles and Zachary Fitzwater. The Australian Fitzy, pretty strong on this track before, nearly winning the race a couple of times here at Road Atlanta. course, this race is one of the more attrition-filled races here. A lot of drivers call this the most physically demanding race of the season. Jesse Turner does a 1:15. I don't think that's going to be nearly enough, but Freeze, who got held up in traffic, did a 1:16.0. So Vanderpesch, I believe, was in the 1:14s. Of course, we're about 4 seconds faster than we've ever been around this track, so let's just keep that in mind going forward. There's Daniel Bouchard on track as well there. Expect him to be quite strong today. Here comes Halleck. You're only getting really one good lap here before the tires are falling off. But here we go. Halleck goes to the top of the board at a 1:14.9. Halleck, of course, didn't qualify well in the Section 1 of qualifying. He only got 14th in Section 1. Pericles is, of course, a driver who's done very well on this track before. He is in P2 provisionally right now. Remember, only the top 10 go on. So we're eliminating another 9 here, so from 19th to 11. So Vince Freeze is currently in the relegation zone with Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater, remember, just made it through last time by. Some cars that are down there that kind of struggled there, that were down there last time, were Mitch Hobbs was down there. He was down there before. Zayden Davidson was down there. Davidson has not set a lap yet, but we will see how that is. Bobby Jones to the top of the board in the brand new team brought to you by Subaru here. The Bradley team jumps to the top of the board. We weren't expecting that off the bat there, but the Subaru organization brought a really good car. Ryan Griffin is 7th on the grid. Griffin was quite a ways down, I believe, in Q1. Griffin was, oh no, he was 10th, so he would have made it, but barely if Q1 were actually Q2. Great to see Vanderpesch jumps to the top of the board now. Once again here, CVDP doing a great job here, but now he's going to be caught in some traffic, so it's all about tire wear now as Bouchard is in trouble because he's caught in heavier lap traffic with Lothaire Irvine, who is the slowest car out there right now. Lothaire Irvine was 13th in Q1, so we know that car's got a little bit more speed in it. But I think Lothaire Irvine had to let Bouchard go by pretty easily there. Bouchard is 4th on the grid, though, so that will help out a lot there. As where is Kenny Myatt on track? 8th. I'm surprised by that, because Kenny Myatt is normally one of the fastest drivers around this track. That surprises me that he's that far down the order, to be fair. Eric Monaco was a driver last year that probably should have won a race with the Silver Speed team, and I think that's why they canned him, really. But the TRD, Toyota Racing Developments, picked him up basically to lead that team with Mitch Hobbs, their lead development driver. And right now, Eric Monaco is in 13th. Not what TRD wanted. They wanted to be in Q1 pretty badly here. But there's a lot of drivers at the top of the grid who could possibly be fighting for Q1 positions. So this is just something that a lot of drivers are going to have to deal with here, because it's one of the those things. Is now Kenny Myatt jumps up to 7. Matty Myatt up to 2nd there in the Nissan there. That's, of course, the Privateer Nissan team. Right there, there's Jordan Presto in front of her. Down at 14th, though. Presto not doing very well with that car. Maybe having a little bit of beginner's butterflies there, Presto is. But Matty Myatt, his teammate, is doing an awesome job in the 36 car. Of course, this is her father's playground normally. Kenny Myatt's playground normally. But let's hold on 1 second. Let's go see what Kenny Myatt is up to. Myatt in the 47 car is coming down the hill here. Not long left. Only about 2 minutes, 15 seconds to start a hot lap. And Myatt doesn't improve. So Myatt's going to be on the hot seat. Not nearly as much as Jesse Turner, but Myatt's going to be on the hot seat for a bit here, as Turner in the other Nissan Nismo Sport is not performing as well as his teammate Vanderpesch. But we do hear that Turner... Oh, we got a mechanical failure. That will be the 32 car of Fitzwater. And that's basically going to knock him out, I think, of this qualifying session. Was it an accident that did it? Because that's in an area where, oh no, it was just an engine grenade for Zachary Fitzwater. Just overall, not a great situation for Fitzwater. Fitzwater is down in 19th already. I don't think he's going to go any further than that, to be honest with you, in this session. So Fitzwater, I think, will be starting P19. No improvement on the chart recently here, from what I've noticed. I'm surprised we haven't seen cars try and dive for the pits, though, and try and get a new set of tires to make a run for the checkered, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of changes now, because I don't think we've seen a lot of cars. Oh, something changed at the top of the board there. Looked like Halleck jumped up to third, maybe? I think Halleck jumped up to third, yeah. Yes, it was Jack Halleck up to P3 there, bumping Pericles down to fourth. Halleck has outperformed Kenny Myatt in preseason testing, though, which has been pretty impressive for Jack Halleck here, the Australian. One of, I think, 3 Australians on the grid, and then we also got the New Zealander of, Lance Kelvin down there as well. So only 30 seconds to start a hot lap here. And it's going to get mighty challenging here for a lot of drivers as they go around this circuit here. Halleck, will he get to start another hot lap here? Looks like Griffin definitely will. Halleck is going to be close, but I think he's going to make it. Oh, no, Halleck's pitting, so Halleck's done. He thinks he just got in. These two cars, they're on their last hot lap. They're not going to get another hot lap here. So here's Ard. Will Ard jump up enough to get into qualifying? That'll be a negatory there. Pericles is already in. No improvement for him. Bouchard. No improvement there. Vanderpesch is on pole. Lothair-Veen doesn't improve. Kelvin doesn't improve. Myatt doesn't improve. Hobbs doesn't improve. Cody Lamas down in 13th, so Lamas isn't going to get into the Q3 either. I think DNC ought to be panicking a little bit at their speed because they're normally a top contender team, and they're down in 13th. Not what they would have liked, and he is almost a full second off the pace of Vanderpesch, but we know those Nismos are quick. The Nismos of Vanderpesch, Myatt, of course it's the top two, Myatt, Presto, and Turner are quick here. Oh, we got a car in the pits is what that is. And we only have 8 seconds left for you to finish your lap, and Art and Pericles are not going to make it around. That's going to be it for this session here, and they're actually pitting, so they know they're done right then and there. So here we are right now as we take a look at the order of the cars not making it. We have Fitzwater out, Lothair-Veen out, Ard out, Davidson out, Presto out, Monaco out, Lamas out, Hobbs out, and Turner does get bumped out in the 96. So one of the Nismos didn't make it. So that's kind of surprising that not all 4 Nismos made the top 10. But Turner's going to be fun to watch in the race. The 5-minute dash has begun now for the pole here for the Grand Prix of Road Atlanta. And 10 bonus points. Keep in mind, this is a double points race. So 10 bonus points on the line here for the pole sitter here. You only got 5 minutes and the clock has already started. Here we go. There goes Myatt out of the pits real quick here. Kenny Myatt wants to be the first out now that Turner has been knocked out of the session. Kenny Myatt wants that clear track if he can get a hold of it here. And there goes Ryan Griffin out of the pits as well, giving Myatt plenty of room between himself and Myatt. So here comes Bouchard out of the pits. Nick Pericles' his teammate. You'd think that the 2 monster cars were teammates, but they're not, ironically. One is for Ryan Griffin, the other is for Nick Pericles as they come out of the pits now. Lance Calvin now is leaving the pits. Surprising that both the Bradley Automotive team cars got into Q3 on debut. That is very surprising. We knew the Subarus were quick, but not that quick. But everybody's got to start thinking about getting out there because there's not a lot of time in this session. There's only 5 minutes here. Here goes Vanderpesh out of the pits. Vanderpesh swept the first 2 sessions. Will he get the pole is the big question here. Halleck, Jones, and Myatt still have not gone out of the track yet. And here comes Kenny Myatt now. This might actually hurt Kenny Myatt if a car starts leaving the pits now. Myatt's going on a hot lap. He's going to try and get a couple. Oh, he's going to have to deal with his teammate, Jack Halleck, I think. Maybe not. I think they got him out just in time. Myatt now is on his hot lap there. His daughter, Maddie Myatt, and Bobby Jones in the other Bradley car are on pit road. So the Faulkner Kelly and Myatt's on pit road as well. Maddie Myatt. Kenny Myatt rockets up the hill now. Has a clear track in front of him. Here goes Bobby Jones. It looks like Maddie Myatt's only going to get 1 attempt at this. We're going to see a very weird order here, especially if, like, Vanderpesh, who's been the fastest. Vanderpesh has clear track, though. And now Kenny Myatt, the king of Road Atlanta, is on the... probably is going to be provisional pole, obviously, because he's the first one to set a time. Oh, Calvin and Bobby Jones are right near each other. This could have been a mistake by the Bradley team of holding up Lance Calvin with Bobby Jones. Is the 36. 36 is now finally coming out of the pits. Kenny Myatt now sets a time of a 1:15.0. Ryan Griffin. We're not expecting this car to get the pole, but it's actually not that far off of Myatt, only 3/10 off of Myatt. Here comes Bouchard, a definite contender for the pole, 1:14.5. Pericles comes across the line. This is he's gotten the pole a couple of times, I think, at the Grand Prix Road Atlanta. Does not beat his teammate's time. Bobby Jones is on an outlap. What's Calvin going to do now that he's been held up by his teammate? Calvin goes slowest, almost over a 1.5 seconds off of the pole time there. Prix now coming down the hill. We're not expecting this car to go for the pole either, but the DNC team has the most experience, has probably the best lineup from last year. And on his own, he's only good enough to get 4th. Vanderpesh, fastest car out there in the first 2 sessions, only goes 3rd. Maddie Myatt's on the end of an outlap. Here comes Jack Halleck. Halleck has been faster than his teammate, Kenny Myatt, all weekend, and during preseason testing for that matter. There wasn't a lot of practice, but there was some. A shortened first practice. Halleck only goes 6th. We would have thought that would have been more there as Kenny Myatt jumps up to 2nd behind Bouchard. Griffin to 3rd. So tire heat is becoming a factor. Bouchard improves his time to a 14.3. I don't know if anybody's going to touch that. Pericles. No improve. Oh, Pericles to 2nd in the other silver speed. Bobby Jones has gotten pulled a little bit away there. Bobby Jones will get another lap at a 15.1.3. Maddie Myatt is only going to get 1 lap here. Vince Freeze comes down the hill. He's 7th. Will he get another lap is a good question here. Yes, he will. Freeze to 3rd, bumping Myatt. There's Vanderpesh. Goes to the top with a 1:14.1. We knew those Nismos were quick. We're going to see what Myatt's going to do. This is her only hot lap, so if she messed it up, she's going to be down the order. I don't think the Faulkner-Kelly team played that very well, and because of that, she's 8th. Halleck now. Oops, little screw up there. Jumps from last to 7th. Kenny Myatt does not improve from 5th. Ryan Griffin now. No improvement. Will Daniel Bouchard get the pole, or will it be Vanderpesh? He improves, but it's not nearly enough. Will Pericles jump his teammate? Improves, but does not jump his teammate. He's at most 3rd. Bobby Jones in the Bradley car. His teammate has fallen off the pace a little bit there. No, oh, whoa, big change there. Bobby Jones to 4th, Lance Calvin to 8th. And that's it for him. Last car across the line will be Vince Freeze. Did he improve? No, he did not. That is your starting grid. Your top 10. Vanderpesch gets the pole in the Nismo. Oh, 43 car just had a fuel system issue. Must be blipping. Something is wrong with the 43 or at the end there, apparently. But with that being said, that is our system here. So now, the top 10 are as follows. Christian Vanderpesch is your pole sitter for the Grand Prix of Road Atlanta, with Daniel Bouchard second, Nick Pericles third, with Bobby Jones fourth, Vince Freeze fifth, Kenny Myatt sixth. We're not used to seeing Myatt this far down the grid for the Grand Prix of Road Atlanta. Seventh were Ryan Griffin, eighth for Lance Kelvin, ninth for Jack Halleck, and 10th for Matty Myatt. With that being said, that is your top 10, and you have now seen all of qualifying. We'll see you for the race.